What up, everyone? I'm Filip Mihailovic, the founder of Realign Reality, the #1 depression and anxiety recovery program in the world. So today I'm here with my recovered client Bhavika, who recovered in just 54 days after 5 years of severe depression and anxiety. So happy to have you today, Bhavika. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and where did this all really start for you?
I am Bhavika. I'm from India, and I have been suffering from depression and anxiety for almost like 5 years. It all started like in the last year of school, high school. So that's when like minor anxiety attacks started happening, and now uh, it has started. Then it turned into mini panic attacks sometimes, heart palpitations, trembling of hands, and that tightness in the chest.
Yeah, I remember when you came to me, you were telling me you're having all these weird physical symptoms and all of this. And it's frightening for anyone that's going through it right now, is having all of these things, thinking that you have a serious health issue. Because I remember, Bhavika, you thought you had something seriously wrong with you, because it showed up physical. So on the physical symptom side, because I know that was a big one for you, tell us a little bit about what type of physical symptoms you had.
It really started with like trembling of hands and those heart palpitations that you get,
Mm-hmm.
and there was this really heavy and tight feeling in the chest,
Mm-hmm.
and I usually have to usually used to feel very difficult to breathe,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, mostly it was like just getting in the air. So that was more like, and it used to feel like my brain is broken or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So mostly
Yeah,
those
and
are.
on that note, Bhavika, I remember you thought that you had something seriously wrong with your brain, that it wasn't possible to recover, that yeah, it was some specific case. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. How was that belief, and what got you to that belief of thinking you had something really wrong with you?
So with all these physical symptoms that was happening, I used to have these constant negative thoughts, rumination that was going on in my head, and that made it really difficult to sleep at night. It was very difficult to get more than 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and usually I was not able to eat anything properly because it was just hard to it was just very hard to eat something, and so all of these things really made me realize that if like I cannot function as normally as I used to. So I just used to feel like something is like really wrong with my brain, or not even in brain, but something is really wrong with what is happening inside me.
Mm, mm, mm. And when you started getting these thoughts that something could be severely wrong with you, did you get scared of those thoughts? And what happened when you got those thoughts? Did you go to the doctors? What was that look like for you?
And when I started having problem with eating and sleeping, I I tried to self-diagnose it, do all the therapy exercises at home. Then I even went to like therapy as well. I went
Hmm.
to therapist, but it did not work very well because talking about it used to be fine for that 1 hour or one or 2 hours, but then it used to return. So it used to work like for a short, it was like a short quick fix, but not
Hmm.
something that lasted very long.
Yeah, and everyone knows that watches my content that I'm very against therapy and the mental health industries, because it literally is designed to keep you coping as a patient. And until you understand this and you're still going, if anyone's watching this right now, I just want to let you know, if you're still going to therapy and questioning why you're not getting better, is because it's not designed to help you recover, right? I found this the hard way for 10 years of my life. Bhavika for 5 years of her life. It doesn't work. And on that note, Bhavika, what type of therapy, what is every little thing that you've tried before coming to me? What did you try to recover with?
So I had like anxiety self-help books. I had workshops where they used to like help with the breathing patterns, and they used to. I tried art therapy, but it did not like. Again, it was like okay for a few hours, but then it used to return, and it it was somewhere back in the mind. It was not like you're constantly not thinking about anything. And then I tried therapy where it was like, it was behavior therapy where they used to analyze your behavior and then suggest you what you should do. And it was like there was journaling also. There was a lot of things that were included in that, but it, as I said, it was all of those things were quick fixes,
Mhm.
and they did not help in the long term.
There is no quick fix. That's just the moral of the story is there's no supplement, there's no technique, there's no medication, there's no breathing exercise, coping mechanism, grounding technique, journaling exercise that is actually going to build you long-term freedom. And I want you all to listen to this right now watching this is that there is none. And you keep searching for it. Many people go their whole entire lives looking for this quick fix. They spend 70, 80 years, their whole entire life looking for something to fix something that isn't supposed to be fixed. It's only there to tell you that you are misaligned with your higher self. But yes, Bhavika, I'm glad now, obviously now you're 100% recovered and you went through all of that to realize that it didn't work for you. Okay. And that is the biggest wake up call is it took me so long to realize that the mental health industry wasn't going to help me become the best version of me and make me fully recovered. When did you feel was like the lowest point of your life? A specific day, a period? When do you remember that it was the lowest for you?
So I feel that last year was like the lowest
Mm-hmm.
point in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was barely sleeping for 4 hours and constant rumination. Um, and then I had a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that was the period that was like the lowest in my life,
Mm-hmm.
when the rumination was there, the anxiety was already there, and then the pressure of your future and the breakup, everything just added to it, and it was like really rock bottom.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I really feel you there, especially with the breakup. I've been through a breakup myself. Now looking back, I couldn't care less, right? It was the best thing, one of the best things that's ever happened to me. But at the time, like I do understand that when you're in the middle of a breakup, it does feel like the end of the world, especially when you've been with them for a long time. But as time goes on, you realize you number one, you don't really give a shit anymore. Number two is that it's good for you. It's good to go through struggle because struggle is what gets you, like, builds you into the best version of yourself. That's the whole point of struggling. Is I always say to people, right? The struggles is what creates you because the good times don't make you grow or any of that. It's just simply you got to embrace struggling and pain because that is what gets you into the version of you that you know you need to be. So how did it feel for you when you went to these doctors, when you went to these therapists, the most trusted people in the world when it comes to this depression and anxiety, and they still couldn't help you? How did you feel about that?
Um, when I went to the first first therapist, and it did not work out, I thought like maybe this is not the right therapist. You can always try a new one. So I switched to another one, and then initially that person worked for me for a few months, but then when I continued it, it was fine for the time being, or maybe for a day, that when we had that talk. But after that, I used to feel like, oh no, I need to go back, and it became like an addiction of
Hmm.
sorts. Like, until you like, I have to go back and talk about it. I have to take frequent sessions more than I even need to. So then it then I felt like maybe this cannot be fixed even by the professionals. And it was something that was like, that is just not fixable. It is something you cannot do anything about. It's just there, and I have to like live with it. So
Mm.
it was like just there. You cannot help it. It's just in there.
Yep. They make you feel like you have to live and manage with it for the rest of your life. That's what they actually tell you, right? I had several people, doctors, therapists, psychiatrists, you name it. They told me that it's a lifelong condition that must be managed with medication and support every single day. All of that nonsense that this is why, guys, is like this is such a big topic which I always take time to talk about in my interviews, is because it's a serious issue. You're going to people who, number one, have never been in your shoes. These people have never been at rock bottom. They've never had a depression or anxiety disorder severely, okay? Maybe minorly, like, okay? Maybe like they never had it serious enough to rewire themselves. They've never been at rock bottom. They've only learnt off books, and these books aren't even correct on how to overcome it. It's not even overcome it anymore. It's actually just about managing your symptoms. So yeah, that's number one. They've never been in your shoes. Number two is they've never helped someone successfully recover. That's another thing is if you actually ask your therapist, hey, have you helped someone recover from this fully? Not managing, not coping, not on medication, not giving them breathing exercises, they will say no. It's just the reality. They have no proof that it works. And another thing I wanted to mention is the reason why it doesn't work. When you go to a therapist, when you go to the doctor, when you do anything to get rid of a symptom, an emotion, a thought, you are in the identity of someone, number one, who isn't recovered, number two, who has to fix themselves, and number three is always looking for an answer to fix them. Like, guys, if you are going there, you're going there because you're telling yourself, I'm not recovered, and you're in the identity from day one. It's just how it is. So, Bhavika, what fears and doubts did you have before joining Realign Reality?
So, as I mentioned, I have been to other places for a solution, and like before I planned to join Real Reality, I was a little skeptical because I have been there, and I have been to many people, and they couldn't offer a solution. So I had my doubts. I was a bit hesitant that maybe this is just another few months or another few days that I'm going to maybe waste, or maybe this is something that will not actually be able to fix it, because how come so many people have not been able to fix it till now? They were also professionals, they had degrees and studies. So I did had those doubts.
And it's very common. Like, this is something I get every single day is question, how is it actually possible to recover from something that is classified as impossible? If you go on Google right now, guys watching this, pause the video, go on Google and search up, is it possible to, is depression and anxiety curable? Right? It will say it's not curable, there's no cure, it is a lifelong condition. Okay, they don't tell you that you can rewire your brain within a few weeks to a few months. They don't tell you about neuroplasticity. They don't tell you how powerful your subconscious mind is. This is so important for you to understand, is because you are literally so much closer to a full recovery than you think. This is the lie you've been fed. This is the lie that 99% of people in this world, probably more than 99%, believe to this day, is that depression and anxiety is an illness or a disease. All depression and anxiety is a learnt feedback loop in your mind that is created through repetition, consistency, focus, and engagement. And this is what creates this loop, fear. But the same way you got yourself into a disorder is the exact same way you get yourself out of it, and it's called neuroplasticity. Do you think you could have made a full recovery by yourself? So, Bhavika, do you think you could have made a full recovery if it wasn't for Realign Reality?
I don't think so, because I couldn't believe that part. Like, even with Real Line Reality, when I first joined, as I said, I had my suspicions. So without the program, I don't think I could have done it, because I have got to learn so much about how the brain works and how everything works. So I think it was quite impossible.
Guys, until you understand how the brain works, it's frankly impossible. Not impossible, don't get me wrong. It's not impossible to recover, because some people recover without even like realizing what they're doing, right? They just somehow get lucky and do the job that they need to do to recover, but it's very rare. Until you understand how the brain works, how to rewire your brain, how to understand confirmation bias, how to understand how to rewire your brain through actions and all of this through neuroplasticity, it is frankly, it's very hard to recover. It's very hard. It's all guesswork. What do you feel like the program helped with you personally? Besides recovering in your everyday life, what has it helped you with?
I think the program gave me a sort of purpose and direction, and like it sort of streamlined what I actually wanted to do with something that I wanted to do every day. So like it gave me a sense of direction to how move through it. It gave me a plan, a channel. So it really streamlined my days and then eventually my life.
Amazing, amazing. And now, obviously, you are aligned with your higher self. You are smashing out all your non-negotiables. Tell us a little bit about your habits now. What do you do every single day?
So I eat healthy. That was something that I've struggled the longest with. Um, I go for walks every day. I go to the gym and I finish all my everyday tasks. Like not the non-negotiable, not the non-negotiables that I have decided, but actually the tasks that I need to do in a day. Earlier, I used to, just postpone them, delay them, and all.
Hmm.
And I have actually started doing extra activities as well, for which I thought I did not have the energy or time, or I would make some excuse about it. So I've started, for the longest time, I wanted to do crocheting, and I started that. So I have started a lot of things that were always there in my mind, but I could never bring it to the actual action.
Mm, mm, Of course, two different people that you are now. And I want to talk about that, Bhavika. If you could explain your old self before joining the program, what would you describe them as? How were they?
So the old version, and like there is no exaggeration in it, I would spend the entire day doing absolutely nothing, or maybe one task that seemed the most easiest because I just felt like I did not have the energy to do that. Or maybe I would just tell it myself that I would not be able to finish it today anyway, so I would not even start it. And so basically, I would not even start things that I need to do. The person right now is the highest version that I always imagined myself to be, completes all that she has to do and more. Like even the things that she thought she would never get the time to do. Like, her hobbies, interests, gym. Like I could never think that I would be able to fix walks and gym in my routine in one day. But I am doing that. I am eating healthy. I am doing all my hobbies that I always planned to do. And I'm also doing my homework, my assignments, my projects, exams, everything.
Yeah, yeah, I know. The person you came to me as was a whole different person, just completely misaligned with who they knew they need to be. And guys, you have to understand that the person you are right now and the person you need to become are two different people, right? Different mindset, different habits, different decision making, different actions every single day. Just as Bhavika just explained her old self, the person she is now is different. The person she was before was completely misaligned with her higher self. The person she is now, her recovered self, her higher self, two different people. And now she's proud of herself because she went all in and she made a decision to finally break free from all of this. Okay. It's just one decision, guys. Once you actually go all in and you don't look back, recovery isn't a maybe anymore. It's guaranteed through neuroplasticity. What specific parts of the program did you feel like made the biggest impact to you? The 24/7 support, the course, the weekly calls, the community? Which one would you say was the best for you?
I think I would start with the 24 by 7 support
Hmm.
because you feel like not doing tasks a lot, especially when you're like anxious or there is depression, you feel like you don't have the energy. So when someone is asking you, there's an accountability that you have to do. Maybe you will do it, even if you start doing it, maybe you'll do it 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, but then that feeling sets in that okay, I don't want to do this anymore. But when someone is questioning you, asking you every day that why this is not done, why there is no update, why there this is not happening, that really pushes you to do it every day because you don't want to disappoint that accountability. You want to actually want to do that. So 24 by 7 support is one thing that I think was the most effective for me.
Amazing. Of course, it's good to have someone there 24/7 with you through the tough times because the harder days are guaranteed, guys. You have to understand it is guaranteed. And yeah, Bhavika, on that note, with the harder days, how was it to have someone like myself who's been in your shoes with you on those harder days when you felt like everything was coming down on you? How did that feel for you?
So I have had those conversations with you
Hmm.
where, you know, right in the morning or maybe somewhere through the day, I used to feel like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Or maybe today is getting hard, or maybe something just came up and that really disrupted the day. Or I have this heavy, tight feeling again. So when I used to like just drop a message, or maybe we are on a call and I used to share, you have always been there to suggest the solution that is not like a preachy solution, but something that is actionable. Like, do this. Like, it's very, I think this is one thing that I really want to highlight, that it is not something preachy that, you like breathing exercises. It is actually something actionable that if a person who really wants to get out of this can do and get out of it. So these are actions, and you have been there to guide through those heavy feelings as well. That do this, and you'll be able to go through the day and do this, and you'll be fine with it. So those things have helped a lot. You have, and the support has been through text, calls, voice notes, messages, images, motivational quotes, and everything. So that has been very useful.
Appreciate it, Bhavika. Appreciate it a lot. And I like what you said is I don't give you these breathing exercises or short-term quick fixes, guys. You got to understand that inside of this program, you will get your own personalized responses to how to respond to these symptoms, these emotions, these thoughts when they come up. It's none of these tapping your face, doing some butterfly hugs or breathing exercises. None of that nonsense is you actually have to rewire your brain. Your brain is an algorithm. Your brain is an engagement algorithm. It learns off behavior and action, not words. So you can't tell yourself or speak yourself out of this disorder, which is why, again, it comes back to talk therapy. You can't talk your way out of it. You have to show your way out of it. It's a very big thing you need to understand. What's something, Bhavika, that you wish you would have told yourself when you were in the worst depression and anxiety with all the knowledge you have now?
Okay, so I think I would tell myself that you do what you have to do regardless of,
Mhm.
I understand that feeling is heavy. You don't feel like doing all of these things, but just just start doing all of these things. First of all, think about the highest version of yourself that you want to be, how they would do it, what they would do in that situation.
Mm,
Like, think of the highest version in that situation and think what they will do. What is this person that you admire so much will do in this difficult situation with this feeling? And then do that. And I think that is all you have to do. That you will think of a solution your way if you just have this thinking.
love that. The higher self tool, which I mention a million times in my program for those who've been in it, is your higher self is your guide to life. Okay? Whatever your higher self would do, you do it, regardless of how you feel. Because if you operate on how you feel, you teach your nervous system that your feelings, one, are in control of your life, and two, that are very important and need to be monitored 24/7. If you feel anxious, good, go do it anyway. You feel sad, good, go do it anyway. You feel angry, good, go do it anyway. Tired, exhausted, fatigued. Doesn't matter how you feel, go do it anyway. Because the moment you start fixating on how you feel, the moment you start fixating on these negative thoughts, is the moment you start creating the feedback loop, aka known as the disorder. That's all it is a fixation, is that you get a thought, you get an emotion, you get a sensation, and you go, oh my God, why am I feeling like this? You tell your brain this is dangerous, and your brain goes, okay, this is something that needs to be monitored 24/7, and it gets reinforced until you show it that it's not dangerous. So, Bhavika, I talk about going all in and giving your 110% from the very start of the program. How do you feel that made a big impact to your recovery journey here?
I think that is the basis of the program, and for you to start getting realigned with yourself and start getting recovered. So it's like, if you are, because the initial days are going to be very hard, you
Hmm.
are going to switch from your old lifestyle to a completely new one, and that is where you need to put a lot of efforts, because somewhere when you will start giving your 110%, there will be days where you feel like giving just 50%. So if you are starting with just the 50% level energy, the hard days are going to be very difficult. But if you are starting at a high, even the difficult days will even on the difficult days you will be giving at least your 90%. So the whole energy and the actual willingness to get recovered
Mm.
is what will get you through this, and where the program will also help you. Without that feeling, without that urge, and without that need to get out of it, i don't I don't think you will be able to start uh, helping yourself out.
It's 100% true, is that 110% is required when you are inside this program, even outside this program, in your everyday life, right? Because remember, the whole point is to become the highest version of you, right? You're 100% recovered from day one. You step into the identity of yourself who is 100% recovered, right? You're stepping into the version of you who is already recovered and now is doing everything that that version of you would be doing, so then your nervous system and your brain can catch up to the identity of you that is recovered. That's the whole point inside of here. Was there a specific day when you realized you were recovered, or was it kind of like a gradual process?
I would say it is a process. Like,
Hmm.
for me, it was definitely a process. I'm not
Hmm.
just one day I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm
Hmm.
like okay now. It is just that you start doing all your non-negotiables, you build a lifestyle, you build your daily routine, and
Hmm.
somewhere when you are following, you don't even realize that you are not having those symptoms anymore. You are not thinking about those things anymore. It just you don't even notice them. You are so busy focusing on the highest version of yourself, the person you want to become, the things that are now your non-negotiables or your priorities, that you are so focused on them and completing them and just building this life that you don't really notice it until it's been like quite some time, or somebody points out that, oh, you've been, looking better, you've been doing better, and all of those things. So I would say it's a gradual process.
Definitely, definitely is a gradual process. It's not, the reason why I ask that is because it's never a pinpoint day. This is what people have to understand, is that recovery isn't a date. It doesn't have a date on it. It's a state and it's a realization that you come to, right? Recovery simply means when you are so focused on being your higher self, so focused on your goals, your non-negotiables, that you don't care what comes up. You don't care if you feel a little bit anxious. You don't care if you feel a little bit sad or angry or tired. It doesn't matter, because you're a human being. You are meant to feel emotions and thoughts. The only reason why it becomes a problem is when you make it a problem, right? That's all it is. And yeah, recovery is beautiful because you're no longer trapped inside of a cycle that feels like it's never going to end. That's the only way you can put it. It does feel like it's never going to end, but no, it's not going to be like this forever. And once you do step into the version of you who is 100% recovered and you start living like this, you don't have time anymore for these symptoms, for these emotions and these thoughts. So, Bhavika, how does life feel now that you are 100% recovered compared to a few months ago?
So, a few months ago, it as I said, I used to like my days used to blend into each other and did not have a good sleep routine or a day routine. Tasks were getting delayed or things were getting delayed. I didn't feel like doing much. But right now, I have like a full routine that I'm really addicted to, because I just cannot go, no, like I cannot just not do the things that I've adjusted in my routine. I have to do them, and it really feels good that I am able to do that. Like, each and everything that I've decided that okay, I want to do, or my highest version is going to do, those things are genuinely the things that I loved and I wanted to do, and now that I'm doing it, this is something that I never imagined that would be so easy to do. And I was just like, just like a few days or weeks away from like having that kind of routine and that lifestyle. So yeah, the person before a few months ago would not have imagined that is the lifestyle I'm leading. So there's like a vast difference between the two.
Amazing. Yeah, I still remember like going back to how you were. You wouldn't have even imagined you having a life like this, smashing out your goals every day. And as you said, that you are now addicted to being your higher self. That is the whole point, is right now, for the ones watching this, right now, you are addicted to something. You are very obsessed with something. You are obsessed over your symptoms. You are obsessed how you feel, your thoughts, your emotions, your sensations. If you can turn that obsession into your goals, into becoming the best version of you, into striving for greatness, you will get yourself out of this. That's the whole point, is that your focus is completely in the wrong direction. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. And that's the best saying I love to say. What's something that you're most proud of from yourself during this journey here?
I think I'm really proud of the fact that I have actually achieved a lot of things that I wanted to do. Um, I have, as I said, like I started eating healthy, going to the gym, walks, including my hobbies in my day, getting out, taking out time to spend with my friends, going out. So all of these things are something that I'm really proud of. But I'm most proud of the fact that I have actually started doing something that is focused around me. It was either focused around someone else, like previously it was either focused around someone else, or it was focused around, how I am feeling, am I feeling okay, these kind of questions. But right now it is totally focused on me and what I need to do and on what I have to become. So that is something that I'm really proud that I have shifted that focus from other things and other people to myself.
Amazing, and I'm proud of you on that. Is yeah, it's such an amazing thing for me to see. Of course, I love watching all my clients strive for greatness, but it's important for you, Bhavika, to thank yourself and really take the time to go, wow, I actually did this. I betted on myself. I said that I'm going to do this. I said that I'm going to recover. I said that I'm going to become the best version of myself. And then you actually did it. You can't. This is something also I want to mention, guys, is once you do fully recover from any depression and anxiety disorder that you might have, it literally proves to your brain and your nervous system that you can achieve absolutely anything that you want inside of this life. Okay? There is nothing that is impossible inside of this lifetime. Whatever you put your mind to, whatever you say you can do it. No matter how hard it is, no matter how impossible it feels, if you can overcome any sort of mental health disorder, there is nothing on this earth that you can't do. So, Bhavika, do you think that this was the best investment that you've made in your life?
Definitely, that it has to be like one of the best investments that I've made because this has helped me become the person that I always wanted to be. If this can help you become the highest version of yourself, the person that you aspire to be, and it can actually get you out of this rumination loops and the constant negative thoughts and the fact that you feel like you cannot recover, then I think it is something that is the best decision you can make for yourself if you genuinely want to become like the best version of yourself, then it is the most accurate and highest investment that you can make.
Best decision you've ever made, of course. Not only do you recover, guys, you become the best version of you inside of this program. You will become and leave as the highest version of you, as well as being recovered. Those two together, you can't be bought, okay? Bhavika, if you had to give someone a piece of advice watching this that is still skeptical about joining the program, what would you tell them?
I would say that trust in the fact that what you are feeling right now is definitely fixable. It not even fixable, it is something that you can easily get out of. It is not something that is going to uh, pull you down for the entire life. And just trust in this program, trust in the fact that this is designed by someone who has been in the shoes, same shoes as I have been in, and something that you might have been as well. So it is designed to exactly the problems and the issues that you are going through. So, and this is something that you have also gone through. So the the person who has designed this has really been in those shoes and has designed it in the exact way that has helped him. So just trust and take the leap of faith. You
I
have
love
all
that.
you must have tried a lot of things. You must have tried a lot of things. This is just, if you have tried 10 things, let it be the 11th one, and this will definitely work this time.
I like that. If you've tried 10 things, let it be the 11th. And always, guys, there's always a way out of this, okay? 100% guarantee inside of this program for a reason is because it is frankly impossible to not recover once you understand your brain. It's impossible. So, Bhavika, what is the next chapter of your life now after recovery? What do you want to achieve with yourself?
um, I am still a few steps behind of the next version or next highest version of myself, so that is the focus. And yes, the focus is to like continue with the non-negotiables that I have um, decided for myself, that I have discussed with you, and I want to like keep following them, and now I can actually work towards the things that I always wanted to. Like I can start looking for the things that I have been delaying always. And on the personal level, I have achieved things. Now I think it is time to move on to more professional things that I wanted to do, and give more time to my family, my friends, who I have ignored for the past so many years. And yes, the focus is to build a life on this foundation.
Amazing. A better foundation, the highest version of you. It's incredible now that all you have to do for the rest of your life is continue building something that is worth living. Always try and improve yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, every aspect of your life. And anyone watching this right now, a big thing I really like to tell people is if you feel like you don't have a purpose in life, make the purpose you. You are the purpose. Your life is the purpose. You becoming the highest version of yourself is the purpose. That is what life is. God created you to become the best version of you. That's what it is. There's so much more potential underneath all of this fear, this doubt, this overthinking. All you have to do is tap into that version of you and bring it into life. Okay, Bhavika, so is going back to normal actually going back to normal?
Right now, I'm 100% recovered, and honestly, I cannot remember what those symptoms really used to feel like. I can name them, but I cannot just remember the feeling of it. Now, I'm just going to focus on my non-negotiables. I'm gonna smash them out, and on those negotiables that I have decided, I am building the next chapter of my life, the life that I always dreamt of. So that that is what I would say is the new normal for me.
The new normal and get used to it. Guys, if you're watching this, you're one decision away from changing your life, making a full recovery, stepping into the best version of you, and chasing the life that you've always meant to live. Okay, Bhavika, so what do you feel like the biggest lesson that you've learnt throughout this journey that you've been on?
So the biggest lesson that I would say is that you are the center of all the efforts that you're going to make. That is the only thing that matters, because no one else can do anything for you. No one else can do the work for you. No one else can do your non-negotiables for you. So, and no one can, decide what your highest version is going to look like. Only you can decide that for yourself, and you can work on it, and then you can build on that, and then you will live that life. So I think the biggest lesson is that for me is that you are the center of your life, and as you said, that if you don't have a purpose, you are the purpose of yourself. And I think that is true for everyone, because we are in a generation right now where, including me, I felt very lost. I didn't know what was my passion, what I wanted to do, what is it that is driving me, and what should I wake up for every day in the morning. And that is where you get the answer that you are the reason.
I love that. I love that a lot. It is so true, guys, is you realize that you are the creator of your own reality. It's there's nothing else around it. Is that you are in control of your life. You create your life, okay? Everything that happens to you for a reason, and it's your responsibility to get up and get it done anyway. But very, very well said, Bhavika. I really appreciate those words, guys. Your purpose is you, as I've said before, and as Bhavika just said, is the purpose is you. Put all your effort into becoming the best version of you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and everything else will fall into place. But you are the center of your life, and it's very important there. But yeah, Bhavika, that comes to the wrap up of the interview, and I just want to say thank you for being an amazing client. Thank you for showing up every single day, smashing your non-negotiables, changing your life around, and now sharing your story to other people to see that they are only a few weeks away from a full recovery. You've now become someone that you can thank and be appreciative for the rest of your life. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you very much, Bhavika.
Thank you for like having this whole program and getting me on board and helping all those other people that you do. And thank you for an amazing community. They're so supportive.
No worries, Bhavika. You're welcome. And yes, guys, I love helping people. It is my passion. I love helping people save their lives. I do this every single day. It is beautiful. And if you want to be next, all you have to do is DM me Rewire on my Instagram at Depression Anxiety Philip on Instagram. DM me Rewire. And yeah, you will be next and recovered in just a few weeks. So thank you very much.